Gelfling. I smell Gelfling. Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of the Kaz channel. In this episode I'm going to be doing a reverse unboxing. I'm going to be doing basically just that. It's going to be me talking about this Funko Pop that I have here that I unboxed before I started doing the Kaz channel. This is the Funko Pop version of the Dark Crystal's Skeksis Chamberlain. So back in the early 80s, when I was about in second grade, I went to the movies with my dad and his co-worker and his boys, and we saw the Dark Crystal, Jim Henson's Dark Crystal. Credited to Jim Henson, even though it was co-directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. And I do like to give credit to Brian Froud, the Englishman who came up with the whole look of the movie. These were his designs. This was a great movie, very detailed, very much of a fantasy movie, one that I've never seen before. This is the Skeksis Chamberlain. The Skeksis were the bad guys, the baddies in the movie. They were vulture-like creatures that were the evil half of a race of beings that had been separated. They split apart into good and bad parts. The Mystics were the good ones, and the Skeksis were the bad part. So the whole movie is about them coming together, trying to join into one again. The main protagonist, Jen, coming to join a shard of the Dark Crystal with the main Dark Crystal. But this is the Chamberlain here. He is one of the main bad guys. This is very detailed. One of the things I like about this line of pops is that these Dark Crystal pops are very detailed. Let me get you a closer look at them. So here is a closer look at the Chamberlain. They were very, like I said, they were basically vultures that walked on two legs, and pretty much they looked like plucked birds. Their faces were very fleshy. They had large beaks, long beaks, and they had these very frilly outfits, very much of like a Renaissance sort of look to them. These shields on the back here, this like shell part, was part of their outfits. As you see going down here, there's some detail in their capes here. And it's very flowy, a lot of puffy shirts, a lot of like Seinfeld looking puffy shirts here. So, but they weren't pirates. There's a lot of jewelry there that they wore. Very, very highly detailed this pop is, and it's really nice. And very long, bony fingers here. That's a nice touch there. And there was a scene where the Chamberlain and another character, they had kind of like a duel to see who could hack this piece of obsidian rock, as I drop them here, hack this obsidian rock in half. So they used these really elaborate swords here. But that's a nice touch to have this sword here. It's a plastic sword, silver and gold here. It has a hilt here and the pommel is very nicely detailed. On the bottom here, it says Henson, copyright Henson, Funko LLC 2016, Funko.com, made in China. So that's that. But let me show off the box art and give them one final spin. So here's the box art for the Dark Crystal. It's part of the Pop Movies line of pops. The Dark Crystal here. The titling here, it's number 342 out of the line. Here is the Chamberlain here, and it says the Chamberlain Skeksis final figure. So let's turn it around here. We can see the side of it here. The top of the Chamberlain here peeking up. And on the back here it shows all the characters in this line here. Jim Henson's the Dark Crystal. And the other characters in this line are number 339, Jen, the Gelfling. Number 340, Kira, the other Gelfling, and her pet Fizzgig. Number 341, Aughra. This one, the Chamberlain Skeksis, number 342. And number 343 is Ursel the Chanter. So here's the side of it with the full body version of the Chamberlain Skeksis. And here is the top with him poking his head up here. And the bottom if you wanted to pause on that. So here is the Chamberlain Skeksis from Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal movie, along with its box here. So thanks for coming to this episode of the Kaz channel. Let me know what you think of this pop. I really like it. I really like all these pops here in the Dark Crystal line. But please like and subscribe. Please go to www.archangelproductions.org where you can watch more episodes of the Kaz channel, the Mini Kaz channel. Go to YouTube and watch CEC Upstate, the Mini Kaz's Chuck E. Cheese centered, themed channel. Go to archangelproductions.org where you can buy signed and unsigned DVDs of the low-budget horror movies that I've made over the years. You can buy merchandise, clothing. Please help and support this low-budget filmmaking and photography of mine. Go look at the photography page I have on here to see my science fiction and horror-themed photography shoots. But that's basically it for now. Thanks for coming. Bye.